So, hello. Um, this is going to be a very interesting video. I would normally, whatever normal circumstances are, I would actually I just don't have the willpower to sit down and, talk at the camera. So, very unlike the normal content that I would like to do and want to return to, instead of sitting down and reading any of the half dozen scholars that I desperately want to do narrations of, I'm gonna do my face because I am currently dealing with a nasty autoimmune flare up, and I'm exhausted. So, I still don't understand YouTube enough to split things into chapters, but let's go ahead and call this Chapter 1. Hey, Uggs. Where have I been? I actually can't discuss that. I've been in hell. I, have been in hell. And it's, when I say I can't discuss it, I mean for both my sanity, and I'm sorry for the light. I have, some weird anime going on in the background. The, Heaven's Gate one. No, not the Heaven's Gate one. What am I talking about? No. The Moonies. God. I can't even keep my weird new religious movement straight. Happy science! They have, this weird millenarian, anime series of, time travel stuff. And I just have it going for white noise. But to return to the topic at hand, where have I been? I've been in hell, for my safety and my sanity, and for legal reasons, I cannot discuss it. Not because I've done something wrong, but, I will let you guys read between the lines on that. I never wanted to stop posting. I miss it so much. I had to go through a very sudden emergency relocation process. I had to go through a bunch of safety-related legal things. And one of the reasons I had to stop is because the person whose actions and behavior necessitated those things used my channel is a way to monitor me. The channel I didn't disclose to this person or even give my last goddamn name, or I can't even get into it. But that's why I stopped posting. And I have to cover up my beard stubble. And I miss it every day. I feel like part of myself kind of died back in March. And while overall I'm actually doing, in terms of my mental health in relation to myself, I'm actually doing great for reasons I'll get into later. But in relation to that situation and the trauma and every single fallout, every single failure, by various people and offices and groups that should have done their jobs correctly who didn't. It was incredibly traumatic, and I associated the channel with that. I associated have to get those lines straight. I could not sit down and just read anymore, knowing at that point in time that chances are this individual, and probably still is, monitoring my dead name and this channel. So I try to not think about that. Where I am now is difficult. To put it a certain way, I have been through horrible things. I have been through really, 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 really bad things. Many things a lot of people genuinely would never be able to make it out of. And out of all of those experiences, out of all of those years, the past 8 months have by far been the worst. In terms of trauma. Like, not worst in terms of myself, but absolutely the worst in terms of trauma. Thankfully, I've had, like, a great mental health support system. I have fantastic friends. I've done everything I've needed to do, and unfortunately, with regards to certain things, that's still not enough. But in terms of myself, I think I'm probably as okay internally as I can be. Add to that health stuff, but in terms of the more material fallout, it's bad. I won't really go into details, but suffice to say, I have been, if this were a different person, if I were a different person, if I haven't been through what I had been through before, if I were not as resilient and intelligent and, just gung-ho, and desperate to live, this would have ruined my life. I would be dead if I were a different person. So that's that. That's where I've been. I'm no longer affiliated with any academic institution. Not for the classical mental health reasons. It's a long story that I am, again, not at liberty to discuss. So I will probably be taking, if on my own timeline, when I get back to doing this stuff, I'm probably going to be taking a bit of a step away from my normal content and just things I just genuinely enjoy. Because the work wasn't enough to save me. I thought if I were a good enough student, a strong enough scholar, a resilient enough person, that shit like this wouldn't happen to me, And that's not the case. being special just makes you a lot more vulnerable. And I've just been failed by so many people. So I am no longer affiliated with my past academic institution. I am taking a bit of an extended break from that sort of thing, though I'm still doing personal private research and may do some submissions and publications over time. In terms of my career path, I can't trust academia. I don't trust universities anymore. I cannot, I'm in a position right now where I do not understand how everything that has happened to me could have happened to me. Because it could have happened to absolutely anyone. So many things were screwed over. So many things were ignored. But yeah, so I don't trust universities anymore. I still have a weird, lofty dream of going back into it at some point in my field, but we will see. I'm not holding to that. And it sucks. But I am a much, much more sane person now than I was a month ago. I can't begin to describe how these places are really only meant to protect their bottom line. And just the numerous shit. It's bad. Okay, moral of the story for chapter 1, where I have been. Be very careful. Be very careful about trusting and enmeshing yourself in your academic institution. Do not put your employment, housing, basic security, all of that. Do not put, your career, do not put all of your eggs in one basket. Moral of the story. Also, don't talk to your neighbors. Okay, so what now? Chapter 2. Where why I sound like this. That's a funny story. And it didn't directly contribute to my taking a break. But it was definitely something I was pretty wary of, specifically because I started hormone therapy as a man back in, I'm coming up on a year now. I was actually transitioning on camera. And I, with Ecodex, as much as I love the character, and I desperately want to try it again with weird, I'm sitting here doing my makeup. Ecodex and weird looks is just inextricable, you know? And that's just a side of myself I've always loved and embraced. The thing is Ecodex the character, in leaning so hard into the hot goth GF thing, it was kind of not healthy for where I was in my transition. I can do the gay she now very comfortably. Like, I pass as a man, I'm read as a man, I'm read as very a flamboyant man. But for where I was at that point in my transition, and the attention it got me just from different commenters, and also that fucker, it was really psychically damaging to attach so much of my oh, kitty, to attach so much of this very important hobby of mine to a persona that wasn't honest. So my name, actually, I'm not giving you guys my new name. Look where that got me last time. My name is eCodex, or you can, what's a fun nickname that I used to use? Blue, I guess. And I am a man. I have been a man for quite some time now. It's great. It's not really great right now. But it has been genuinely healing. And I'm considering at some point thinking about doing like a side channel or something where I can do like this type of stream of consciousness stuff, just processing certain parts of my transition that's like unattached to, because I'm a very private person, y'all. You know that. That's how I got in this situation in the first place. But I am extremely private, and until very recently, I was dealing with a lot of concerns and worries about compartmentalization, in the sense that if I were to be completely honest about my gender and my many years of stuff with that, I would be exposing myself, or telling on myself in some way. And I didn't realize that came from shame. That I am not broken, or not less than, for coming into my manhood this way. I mean, look at me. Doing my makeup on camera. Ironically, I am way more feminine in the sense of just being more gentle. And at one of my jobs, I work with like youth campers, just being sweet and gentle and paternal. And I can't begin to explain how healing that is. It's a great piece. If I didn't have this for myself, I would probably not have survived the past few months. Because they were bad, as you gathered from chapter 1. All right, I didn't plan any of this. I've just been meaning to like sit down and do a video, just talking at a camera for some time now, but I didn't actually, I needed something to do with my hands. Oh, that would be so tacky. Some worm in my brain was like, do the trans pride colors. And like, that's a bit too much. I think I will. Yeah, I'm liking this gross green, but I love who I am. I couldn't have said that a year ago. I couldn't have said that when I started this channel. Um, I'm a much better person, not just in terms of how I act and how I behave, but just how much better I am to myself. Like, certain things are still absolutely a struggle, don't get me wrong. I mean, given everything I've been through, I think anything's gonna be a struggle, just from the past few months. But, it's so much easier to be gentle to myself. It's like, it's a peace and a centeredness I never thought I could have. Like, I started hormone therapy the end of February, beginning of March 2021. And I didn't actually start coming out to people until quite literally the physical changes were so noticeable that I was getting like comments. And so that's what happened early fall. And with, I don't really talk about my personal life, but with the help of a very amazing and sweet person who I adore and trust with my life. And it's been so healing. Like, I never thought I could just shift this very simple thing about how I move through the world, and suddenly feel like there's a horizon that I can work towards, that I am worthy of life, a life I am giving myself, a life where I don't have to constantly... I don't like talking about my transition in the sense of dysphoria. I don't like talking about that. Not because it doesn't exist, because it does exist and it's very serious, but it's like one of those things, like when you talk about like your intrusive thoughts, you give them more power. I don't like dwelling in that space, but being able to make certain things and procedures happen that align with a body I should have had, a life, no, not should have had, I'm exactly where I should be, but a body I wished I could have had. Like, I look in the mirror now on the average day I wake up and I recognize that man. I see someone I always wanted to be. It's fabulous. And one of the reasons I put off so long being like open about this, either on the channel or with anyone I knew online, well, for one thing, I stopped existing on the internet in March, but more relevantly, because I had so much internalized transphobia. I had shitty politics for a long time. I hated myself. I kidded myself into thinking like a single LSD trip cured like my bottom dysphoria. Like, it was bad. I couldn't even conceptualize what self-love could look like when I was that person, you know? Because it was just so far outside of the realm of possibility. It's like, it's not even it's a semiotic break, to put it a certain way. I don't even have, I didn't have the framework for conceptualizing truly accepting myself. And I know some of those people who have also very much so grown and changed their minds, and like also kind of realized that, wow, that's like reactive and gross and just not good. Um, may watch this channel. I don't think there's very many, not from that period of my time, but I dealt with a lot of shame over my politics for a while. And I just needed to be like, oh wait, that's totally normal. Like, of course I was like so sold on gender abolitionism because it gives me an out. It's an excuse to not have to like confront a bunch of shit about myself. So that's like the grand irony of that. In terms of other folks who watch this channel, who I was in Philbook with, please know that I adore you. This probably doesn't come as any surprise. I missed you. I miss that space. It's just not a space I stopped existing on the internet. When I say that, I mean that. It's really scary the depths some individuals will go to take away your privacy. What other color am I feeling? Maybe I could go for some pink. So, hello to all and any Philbookers that see this pop up. I am alive. Or rather, the person I was definitely is no longer alive. But I'm still like here. I'm just healing. In terms of specific authors I want to bring on this channel at some point, the author who saved me, the person who completely saved me in reading, starting when things really started to hit the wall again in October, was Fred Moten. I have never felt so completely, I felt my heart broken open. And I want to give you all that feeling. If my now luxuriant baritone can even begin to approximate the strange post-space-time affect of his work, it's just jazz. It makes me so happy. I discovered him in a seminar that I took at Duke this semester. Oh God, that's an entire other story. That just breaks my heart. I was there. I was sitting in seminars with my idols who cared for me. And here I am. Ugh. I just keep telling myself that Hashem doesn't give us any more than we could handle. And that's like such a crappy justification. but there is absolutely, I genuinely think I was uniquely equipped to handle this. Some other fun stuff about my transition. I love I can just call it fun stuff. It is fun stuff. Like, I'm happy. Like, that's the weirdest part about all of this, is that my life sucks. My life, I am living in a constant hell. But I am so happy. Um, I am super muscly. I'm really buff. That's not from the tea. That's just because I've actually found I work out a lot now. I've gotten really back into outdoor stuff. I do a lot of rock climbing now. It's saved my life. It's been so healing. Need to blend that out a bit. But yeah, some other fun stuff about my transition. This is like, it's a surprise to me, but apparently, like, it just makes me so happy that I thought, you know, keeping my long hair and, you know, just being a bit more eccentric, I never thought I would pass. I never thought people would, like, see me. But I have Dr. Parisi for really helping me with that. This needs a good transition color. There's no transition color from green to pink. What am I talking about? Orange. I have joined the local gay men's choir, which is great. I can't wait to start that. I'm just trying so desperately to find things to help me heal that aren't, like, destructive. And I think I need some more orange. Sorry, I have, like, such, like, Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for, like, wait. Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar vibes right now. If only, I think the lighting is actually probably really washing out the eye makeup. But I'm channeling a bit of Chi-Chi right now. And it's just making me pretty happy. It's really weird. I never thought... That's one of the things about transitioning specifically, is I had to do a lot of introspection on, you know, what makes a man. Why can't I be a man? Just because I like eye makeup? Does the fact that I work on motorcycles, like, count, like, make that, like, cancel? It's such bullshit. Like, at the end of the day, I have never felt more whole, and realizing, I'm not a very important person in my life, seeing how he did masculinity, when I had started coming out, but was really still working through what masculinity was, and I was really insecure, and I was like dressing super butch for like a month, because I was insecure about like passing. Seeing how he did his masculinity and how secure in that he is really, really helped. And it was just like I deserve to have all of that be a thing, you know? I should never live a life half-led or a persona half in shadow, you know? Yeah, you really can't see that with this light, but in person, it looks very tropical. I'm a fan. It's a bit more orange. My voice, as you can tell, has definitely gotten deeper. I probably look a little bit different. I've definitely, like, it's amazing. I recognize my face now. Never thought that would happen. I it's so weird to even like try and describe and articulate because it's just like everything is better. Um like I can look at my hands and look at the muscles of my hands and they feel more mine. Um can look at like my back in the mirror and be like, holy, that's me, that's my back. I'm it's a very electric way of living. And I'm so glad I gave myself permission to just do it. Because I actually, so it's a funny story. I love how fucked up America's healthcare system is in the sense that I went to Planned Parenthood and I told myself, okay, it's been about a decade since I first went to Planned Parenthood for HRT. I first went back in like 2013. It's a very long story, but I ended up not following through for a variety of reasons. And it stuck with me. I never really understood why, but that yearning just stuck. And I think the pandemic, like every other person who's come out or had some type of radical life change during the pandemic, probably experienced something really similar. Was like you can't keep outrunning yourself, and so I went down to Planned Parenthood almost this time last year, and I was like, I'm non-binary, I guess. Can I go on testosterone? Because it just wouldn't leave. The need, because if I went into it with the understanding it was an experiment and that I could stop at any time, and that I just needed to answer this question for myself. No decisions, no I'm this, I'm that, just needing to see. And it was the best decision of my life. Bar none. Best decision of my life. Okay. I'm thinking it's time for some eyeliner. Let's see what I got. Yeah, it was the best decision of my life. I feel so much more at home. Like, I recognize my voice now. I think, in a good way, taking a break from the channel, it was, well, in some type of way, was a good thing, because if you look back towards the ones in, like, April, if you listen really hard and really look out for them, you can hear voice cracks, because my voice started breaking pretty early, and I did not want to transition on camera. And now that I'm almost a year, like just under a year, I feel a little bit more breathing room in terms of not having to really police myself or be actively paranoid about how I could be perceived or read, you know? And now that I'm over that hump of second puberty, I'm just like, I'm thrilled. So, like, my voice is definitely starting to settle down a bit. Um, and so I definitely want to come back soon. They may not be really high quality videos. I'm actually recording this one on an iPad I checked out from work. Because I had to lend out my webcam to somebody because of the pandemic. So I want to come back. I have many, many, many authors I want to share. I don't know if I'm really, like, how... I think, obviously, I'm dropping the sign off. I can't do that anymore. It's too much. Like, my newfound self-respect, I can't do that character anymore. One of you guys put it in a really, really good way, like, looking for the patch update, like Ecodex 2.0. Oh, I hate black eyeliner. Because this definitely feels like that. Like, I'm back. Ugh. No, I can't recover it. Better now. Yeah, no, I hate eyeliner. I never do it, like, past, like, too far, like that, like, right here. Oh, terrible. Wait, okay. I'm gonna see how deep in I can go. This is just gonna get bad. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna take all this off in, like, 2 minutes, because this is bad. This is so bad. Oh my god, that's so much. I know people who, like, unironically wear their eyeliner like that, not to makeup shame or anything, but I don't know how you guys do it. Like, this is more like my normal eye. Like, just something, like, really, really simple. Because I'm a man who wears makeup to work and nobody misgenders me. It's crazy. I don't get it. I guess it's the voice. I'm taking this off. This is embarrassing. It's a shame. I loved, like, the weird tropical thing I had going on there for a minute. Definitely, I'm actually, like, glad to be doing, like, sitting down and doing makeup, and thinking about the channel again, because I missed putting on a crazy face and just sitting and reading really weird speculative stuff. It's like, I'm gonna cover this up because this is embarrassing. Like, I don't know. Okay. Be right back. God, that's so weird. I don't know, like, I started out this video feeling super morose and like, I have to update my channel at some point with like a I'm not dead thing. Oh, that's hilarious. You can just but there's just something about sitting down and doing a really like a bad drag face that has never failed to make me feel good. Feel bad. Never failed. You know what I mean. Hey, I kind of got back in the saddle. I'm definitely never doing my makeup on camera again. I know that's not the what's the word? The content you all subscribe for, but it was something I just needed to kind of do to be able to not feel captive to the camera. I'm still like it's having trauma around being like around surveillance and the internet and everything is terrible during Zoom University. Like I'm still getting used to feeling comfortable or just speaking in front of a webcam. Ah yes, my weird autoimmune flare rash. Hello. I was gonna do a crazy lip too, but this is better. This is much more enjoyable. Augustus. So I know, like, the real old school subscribers will remember Augustus from the Facebook live streams. Augustus, come here. Yeah, I know you can hear me. What? Yeah, come here. Come here. Uggs. Baby. Come on. Yeah. Yes. It's just Papa time. It's Papa time, baby boy. What has kept me alive since March is my anabolic steroids and that cat. Praise be to God. All right. I don't want to treat this like a normal video and like the let me know what you think. Oh God, I just had a horrible crack. Like, or let me know what you think, or if you have any ideas, or I don't know. That's what's going on. I'm glad I got it out there. I'm. If anyone actually watches this thing the whole way through, thank you. Thank you. There's not going to be any more weird makeup stuff on camera anymore, I promise. I find it really dull to watch, too. I just needed a thing. What's that? Oh, are you being a superstar? Yeah, you're a superstar. Yeah, you're a superstar. All right. Good afternoon. good evening, and good night.